Hello guys, welcome back again to my channel, and this is yet another clock movement replacement video. So this is an old clock. I got it from a junkyard where I go to buy my old scrap metal and all that, and it was a broken clock. It did not work, so I decided to buy a new clock movement. This is a 12 mm clock shaft, owing to the thickness of the clock face, and also it came with small hands that correspond to the clock face diameter. And all these are parts that were in the clock. I've removed them, kept the nuts at the side, and also the package comes with a hook that goes at the back of your clock to assist you in finally hanging your clock. It also comes with a hook that goes to your wall. This goes to the back of your clock mechanism, and it comes with a rubber washer to help you install, and also a brass washer and a hex nut to fasten the clock movement on the clock face. So to begin with, let me also mention that before purchasing these movements, just make sure you're getting the right size, you're getting the right specification to fit your clock. And to begin with, we are going to place this hook at the back of your clock so that the back side looks like so, that the battery goes down there and the hook is on top. And then once you've done that, we are going to you're going to place our rubber washer onto the shaft like so, ensuring that it's in place. And then we are going to place that clock movement through the clock hole like so. Then once you've done that, you're going to place your brass washer on through the clock shaft, and finally but not least, the hex nut, which is going to help us to fasten our clock movement onto our clock face. So even before you have fastened it, just make sure that your clock movement is upright, so that once you're setting the time, you are ensuring that you have the right time set. So just hold on to that, and then we are going to start fastening this nut. And remember, when you're fastening it, make sure you don't tighten it very, very tight. So you're just going to tighten it just as soon as you experience the little resistance, then that's it. Don't tighten it beyond that, because then you're going to damage your clock movement. And once you've done that, normally it would be us placing the clock hands onto the clock shaft, but this clock is a special clock, so the clock face comes differently. So I'm going to insert it right there like that. And in case you are not conversant with the Roman numeral, just check out the wording, and if the wording is upright, then that's how the clock should be facing. And then now we are going to insert our hands, ensuring that it faces, or it's in line with 12 noon. So press both sides firmly like that, and also ensure that your hand is not touching the clock face, and if it's touching, just adjust it a little bit so that it's upright. The minute hand in the same way, so that it's it's facing, or it's pointing towards noon, 12 noon. So press it firmly. And finally, I'm going to insert the second hand. The second hand, as in the other clocks, you'll notice that it connects using a pin. So you have to aim for that pin, also ensuring that the second hand is pointing at exactly 12 noon. Once you've done that, I think there's a glass feature that goes on top of this. So, and once we've done that, now we are going to replace this top part. I'm going to replace that top part as it should be, and also put on the nuts. And also there was a bottom part that was on this side, and I'm also going to replace this. And that's how you replace a clock movement from your desktop clock. Yeah, so this clock is designed to just sit on a table, owing to the fact that it has that base. But in my case, I'll be hanging it somewhere in my studio. It's my studio clock. And yeah, so guys, my hope is that you learned something in this video, and you can also try out and fix your clock, or maybe even create a new clock and be a clock maker. I'll be sharing a link below on how or where I bought this from AliExpress. Remember, I have no affiliation to the seller, but they are selling good products and I just want to share. So remember, once you're ordering, get the right size of the clock movement shaft, the shaft length. Also remember to get the right sizes of the hands, so that you don't end up with hands that are longer or shorter. And also remember, while you're installing, make sure that the hands are parallel to each other and not touching each other or touching the glass if your clock has a glass. And remember also to be gentle on that hex nut so that you don't tighten it so hard, otherwise you end up damaging your clock. And lastly, also remember to get the right battery for your clock. This manufacturer, MCDFL, they advise us to only use carbon zinc batteries, which is a low current battery. Remember, the clock mechanism, most clock mechanisms use very little current, so if you overburden it, then you'll end up damaging your clock. Also, regularly change your battery so that it doesn't leak. If it leaks the acid, it will affect your clock. So guys, I think that's it. I'll see you in the next video. I hope you learned this. Leave me a like and consider subscribing for more videos like this. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.